This may not look like it's part of a lake, but it is. Actually, it's part of the spillway and the natural falls at Lake Sequoyah in Fayetteville. And that's just for starters. There's also a really neat trail that goes around about halfway around the lake that we're going to go and check out. Lake Sequoyah, just east of Fayetteville off Highway 16, is actually a part of the city's park system.
Lake Sequoyah used to be one of the water supplies for the city of Fayetteville, and of course when we had that some time ago, a lot of land was acquired around the lake to help protect the watershed of the lake. This lake's very unique. The middle fork of the White River and the east fork of the White River come together to make this lake. And I'm looking at a topo map, and I was a scoutmaster for the scout troop for quite a few years, and saw a lot of opportunity out here to put a trail. The idea of circling the lake with a trail, same way as we have a trail around Lake Wilson and a trail all the way around Lake Fayetteville. There have been 10 different scouts that have done their Eagle projects out here, everything from building a kiosk to building bridges to building trail. And the intent is to circle the whole lake. The problem is you need probably 3 bridges to do that because of the rivers that come into it and go out of it. But we've been, right now there's probably about 4 or 5 miles of trail that falls along the rivers, mainly on the east side of the lake and on the north side of the river, and the Kingfisher Trail and the Rookery Trail.
The 2-mile or so round-trip Rookery Trail leads to a great blue heron rookery, where you can take a break before heading back and observe these wonderful birds on their nests. Along with great blue herons, there are also great egrets here at Lake Sequoyah. A diversified habitat, and then some, is what you can expect at Lake Sequoyah Park.
Very much so. It's you've got farmland, you've got river bottom, and then up on the here we are on the west side of the lake. What's ironic is just down from here used to be a bluff. The river came right along the blow here, but the bluff's no longer there, but the buzzards still roost down here as if there were a bluff here. And it looks like just the top of a hill, but yes, it's very diverse. There's about a dozen islands on the southeast edge of this lake, and wonderful habitat for waterfowl. Pelicans roost here on their way as they migrate, white pelicans, great blue herons, turkey vultures, black vultures, wood ducks, a lot of waterfowl.
And besides the trail, you've got fishing, you've got kayaking.
Yes, it's and the beauty of it is it's 5 minutes from Fayetteville. Actually the whole lake is inside the city of Fayetteville city limits, and considered parkland.
It's one of those lesser-known mountain streams that just cries out for you to come and experience its beauty and seclusion. Osage Creek, southeast of Berryville. If you enjoy floating, and if you like to fish on top of that, then float fishing is the way to go on Osage Creek. We teamed up with one of the top float fishermen around who knows the back streams of Arkansas like practically no one else, our old friend Dennis Whiteside.
Chuck, I got started fishing, you might as well say, because of my grandmother. Grandma Whiteside loved to fish, and when I was with her on the old farm, we would go down the Little Black River, and she'd have a cane pole and bobber and hooks, and we'd go after goggle-eye. And I just fell in love with it. Of course, part of it too was Grandma would always brag on me, you know, about how good a fisherman I was, and she'd dump coffee grounds out under the back porch, and that's where the worms would be, and my job would be mainly to dig up the worms and catch grasshoppers on the path and other important duties like that. But Grandma, I've just got to say, taught me to love the rivers and the water and to value the fish, actually, because we would eat them. It was a big deal. If I brought home a stringer full of fish on a baling twine stringer, she'd clean them, we'd eat them, and I'd done something. You know, at the age of 6 and 7 and 8, 10 years of age. So that was a worthy thing for me. It was something that taught me that I was of value even at that age. Sometimes it's hard to feel like that you can actually do something, but I could catch fish, and Grandma would brag on me. And so I think that was in part of the reason why I love to float fish on streams. I grew up in southeast Missouri and came to Arkansas in the 70s and worked for Arkansas State Parks, and naturally a part of what I did was travel the state, and there were just lots and lots of streams, and I grew up with the Norton Larry Dablewant's family, and his dad and Grandpa made john boats, and when he and I were in college at the University of Missouri, we built the john boat and I used it and literally wore it out fishing. And then I got an old Washita canoe and wore it out, and then I bought a Grumman canoe, one of the big 19.5 footers, and there's very few, if any, streams in Arkansas that I haven't floated and fished. I mean, even the tiny ones, such as the Osage Creek here. And I, quote, found Osage Creek back in the 90s, actually. I had driven over it many times and just hadn't paid any attention to it. And finally, I decided to just get off the road and go to looking at it. And there are county roads that follow this little old stream pretty much from one end to the other, not completely. But when I got to looking at it, I thought, I just can't believe that. Many people have heard of Mount Judy and that valley and Lost Valley on the Buffalo River. Well, to me, this is an overlooked valley. The Osage Creek Valley begins actually on the west-facing slope of Gaither Mountain, actually right across the creek or ridge top from the little branch that goes to Hemmed In Hollow on the Buffalo River, and flows into the Kings River right under the bridge at Highway 62 in between Berryville and Eureka Springs. And I would say there's probably 6 different one-day float trips on that stream. I think it gets some recognition on the upper end of it for whitewater fishing or whitewater canoeing and kayaking, but the portions of the stream that I'm most familiar with are down here lower on the river from Rural on where it crosses Highway 21 south of Berryville and further on down the stream. And it's private property on the banks and the stream banks here, but of course the water is public property. Landowners, I know some of them. I've never met a bad one. Treat the land with respect their property, don't be bothering their cattle, and don't be tearing their fences down and so forth. But I have caught lots and lots of fish on this little old stream. I don't fish it anymore because I live in Missouri now. But I would say if you love the smallmouth fish, want privacy, if you want to get away from the hoop and holler crowd that you find on a lot of the streams, this is a place to go. It does not have a canoe rental on it per se. There are very few, quote, public accesses, nothing developed by the Conservation Department, though I think there should be. But if, with a little effort and a little work, you can definitely get out here on this stream and make a day float, see beautiful things. Lover's Leap Bluff is one of the most scenic bluffs that I've ever seen anywhere in Arkansas, Missouri, anywhere in the Ozarks or the Ouachita Mountains. There's springs along the way, great blue heron rookeries, and the tops of sycamores you'll see eagles, and we've seen osprey today, and we're listening to a tufted titmouse right now. I mean, there's all kinds of wildlife out here. It's wonderful. You've got privacy, you've got quiet and peace, and I love it. I could talk all day about it and bore you to death, but it's a wonderful stream and relatively unknown. And I thought I would share with everybody. I love to explore Arkansas, and I appreciate your program and what you're doing and what you've done. And since the 70s, since I lived in Arkansas for 30-some years and raised my family here, I've done a lot of exploring on my own. And since retirement, I have a guide business that I run in Missouri. I don't guide here in Arkansas anymore, but I come down here and fish with my sons. And in this case, you wanted to see a neat place. I thought this would be an excellent stream that you could come and shoot some footage. I could tell you about it. And it's a stream that you can float, and as you learned today, a lot of it you can drive and actually see from a vehicle. It's county roads, dirt roads, but that's part of exploring. If you want to get out and see this stuff, you got to get out there and do it.
It wasn't long before we caught our first smallmouth bass.
People call them black bass, brownie, bronzeback. Largemouth bass and Kentucky bass were called lineside bass, but they're little fighters, beautiful fish.
During our float fishing excursion, Dennis wanted to show us one of the springs along Osage Creek.
I've always loved springs, and they're increasingly hard to find, honestly, because groundwater is lowering, and we've had recent rains, and I knew folks would love to see this little spring that feeds the stream and the clear water. I grew up with them as a child. We drank out of them. Today they don't recommend doing that. Springs represent the karst topography of the Ozarks here, and essentially what that means is the limestone that's in these bluffs and underground are continually in solution, and so that's what makes the caverns and the sinkholes, and hopefully if there's plenty of groundwater you have these springs. I love this particular little spot. It's an access point on the stream where you can actually make a float trip, and if you wanted to camp out here, you could get this water and boil it and drink it, and it'd be just fine.
Dennis also wanted to point out to us something else that occurs along secluded streams like Osage.
There's a couch. Someone left it here. Someone burned it. And I'm sure before long it'll be off in the river. To me, with the beauty that has been shown in this film clip today of Osage Creek, to actually have something like that out here is criminal. It's sad. It bothers me that people would actually do this. As a float fishing guide, I take a lot of people on streams in the Ozarks from Kansas and Alabama. They won't litter. And they see stuff like this and they say, what are people thinking? The point is, people are not thinking. I'll assure you this is somebody local. They leave it here. They think it's okay for it to be here. Nobody, quote, owns this. So we'll just leave our trash here, and the next thing you know, you have a dump right here in this absolutely beautiful spot. I would encourage people to not do that. The Arkansas Game and Fish Commission has a wonderful program called the Stream Team, and people are adopting streams and cleaning up the litter. To my knowledge, there's not one here on Osage Creek. The little towns of Berryville and Green Forest could easily do that. And I encourage, if you're a teacher and you'd like to get your kids involved with learning about the outdoors, getting closer to nature, here's a spring. You could study the aquatic life in this spring all day long and not see it all. And while you're here, you could be picking up the trash over here. I don't necessarily blame people for doing this, but to me it's a shame that we're doing this littering. And one of my favorite quotes of all time is Aldo Leopold. He wrote the Sand County Almanac. He said, "We consider land a commodity that we own. When we learn to see land as a community in which we belong, then we'll learn to love and respect it." And if you think about that, he said that in 1930s. This is near 100 years later. He was a visionary. I can't see anything to argue with him.
And if the burned out couch wasn't enough, farther down the stream we came upon this, a rusted out car of all things, reaffirming the problem in the natural state Dennis was talking about. And so, after a half day of float fishing, which went by way too fast, we approached our takeout point.
Well, there's our destination. That's where we're headed to take out. We've had a float trip on the Osage Creek, and that's how they're conducted. Take your canoe and hopefully a buddy that's got a vehicle, and you put in at point A and float for half a day, whatever you're going to do, and leave a vehicle that you take out and load up there, and everybody goes home. You can take the Lorem Atlas or any good map system and find these little old streams. Osage Creek's on there, others. And if you look, you may have to do a little bit of you know, scouting as you go, that you can find the places to put in and take out. How long does it take? Well, I would say a 5 or 6 mile float is a good day trip with normal water. And if you don't know, just send me an email. You can find my email address on my website, DennisWhiteside.com. I'll tell you how long it's going to take. And if you make a real good sandwich, I may go with you.
It began innocently enough, looking like a stroll through the park. About halfway into the hike at 1 mile after leaving a four-wheeler road is when things started to go downhill, literally. Without a path, bushwhacking was in order as we made our way down a huge drainage into a canyon. We tagged along with a father and son outing to the Rock Creek Valley area in the Ozark National Forest southwest of Deer, not to be confused with the Rock Creek Natural Area south of Hardy. John Moore and his son Grant, along with an older son, have been doing this sort of thing ever since his boys were in elementary school.
Grant and his older brother have been hiking with us from an early age, I'd say 6 years old and on.
It gives them the different perspective, doing this, more so than what they, learn in school about nature and, the outdoors.
I'm sure they get to see these things firsthand.
I guess it was better sitting around. He asked me if I wanted to come one time, so I rode along. I hated the rides here, but as soon as we got here, started hiking around. I like to climb on the rocks and jump around. And even my older brother, he'd come with me and he'd jump around too, so we both enjoyed it, and that's why we started coming along with our dad.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to climb on here. A lot of neat rocks.
Yeah. I don't like to climb those. They're kind of too big.
Yeah, that one there may be a little bit too dangerous to free climb.
Yeah.
But it's kind of, I guess, it goes along with what you learn in school, about nature and the outdoors, and you get to see it, firsthand.
Yeah, I guess I'm sort of lucky. I have a dad that has a hobby of this, and I don't get to see it in the books.
There you go.
See it in real life too.
That's right.
The area that Moore and his son took us is called the Middle Bloyd Sandstone because it's in the middle of the Bloyd geological formation in the northwest Arkansas Ozarks, which includes the nearby Pedestal Rocks Scenic Area. In general, this entire area features impressive rock formations and towering columns in shape of pedestals. Some of the formations, we'll call them stack rocks, look like they were indeed stacked on top of one another. Also, add to all of this are waterfalls. John Moore's exploring interests began with his love for taking pictures in the outdoors.
Right, I got the photography bug, and about the same time I took up hiking, and I just started finding places in the outdoors that looked like it might be good for some good photography.
Like this sandstone column over here. You've been back here more than once or
Yeah,
twice.
I think this is my 4th trip into the area.
And you say every time you manage to find something else, something different.
Oh sure, yeah, I never hike the same exact route twice, so there's always something new to take a picture of.
So if you're the more adventuresome type and would rather blaze your own trail, then explore for yourself the Rock Creek Valley area in the Ozark National Forest near the community of Deer. And for the GPS coordinates, which you will need, plus information on our other destinations, visit our revamped website at aetn.org/exploringarkansas. And we'll see you again the next time for another exciting adventure on Exploring Arkansas.